autopilot.
Washington County Airport. Automated weather observation. 1717. Zulu. Wind 2
Washington County traffic, Pat,
0
45, King Air 200, currently 6 miles east of the field, executing the GPS 27 approach. We're going to be a low approach and then proceeding northwest.
1,200. Temperature 17 Celsius. Dew point 15 Celsius. Altimeter 2986. Remarks. Density altitude 1,800. Washington County Airport. Automated weather observation. 1718. Zulu. Wind 210 at 06. Visibility 10. Sky condition overcast. 1,200. Temperature 17 Celsius. Dew point 15 Celsius. Altimeter 2. Forecast 1,000.
Beach Jet 2 Echo Mike, clear direct to Akron on course. Beach Jet 2 Echo Mike, contact Cleveland Center 120.6. Good day.
Morning clearance delivery November 458 Tango Sierra is on the ground at Alpha Papa Juliet, Washington County. I'd like to pick up IFR, please.
Diamond 458 Tango Sierra, hold for release, clear to Concord as filed, maintain 3,000, expect 10,000, 10 minutes after departure. Departure frequency 119.35, block 6010. How much time do you need?
Give me about maybe 6-7 minutes is all I need. I'll be ready to go. 8 Tango Sierra.
All right, Diamond 8 Tango Sierra, hold for release. We call the runway ready to go, and I'm ready for the read back when you are.
Okay, I'll be using runway 27, and that's 458 Tango Sierra, clear to the Juliet, Quebec, Foxtrot, Concord, North Carolina, as filed. 3,000, expect 10,000, 10 minutes, 119.35, and 6010 in the box.
Diamond 8 Tango Sierra, correct, talk to you in a couple minutes.
Call you back in a few, thanks.
Air Star 07 Yankee, radar services terminated, contact Beaver Tower 120.3. Good day, I'm sorry. You know the frequency. It's been a long day if you can't tell. Take care. Washington County traffic, Pat. 485 is come through 2,800 for 3,000, proceeding westbound Washington County.
Washington County traffic got a Diamond Twin Star at the FBO. Taxiing runway 27 IFR departure, Washington. And approach 458 Tango Sierra. I'm going to need to delay for a couple of minutes. I've got an open baggage door. I've got to get out and resecure.
78 Tango Sierra, not a problem. Just call me when you're ready.
Call you back in a few. 8 Tango Sierra. Washington traffic, Diamond Twin Star 8 Tango Sierra is going to enter runway 27. Have to taxi back to the FBO for a moment.
Number 3625, departure radar contact.
This will not be a departure. That's unfortunate.
You didn't lock your tank down.
Yeah.
You mentioned that the other day.
I knew I was going to forget that. I just don't, I don't fill those very often.
Okay.
And
You did mention it. Yeah, this one needs it too. Okay. Well, that's a simple. Yeah, I know.
I already had clearance pulled up. I had to call them back and say, hey, I got a delay.
Okay.
So,
Alright.
I don't know if they're going to reassign my codes or what, but
Yeah, Pittsburgh, they're pretty cool guys.
yeah, they really are. I like flying up this way, though. I fly it a lot down around Charlotte, North Carolina. They're not quite as cool down there.
When they were US Air Hub up here,
Yeah.
it was a little different then too.
Yeah.
Really busy, so. We were just noticing it doesn't sound that much. You wouldn't know it's a diesel.
Yeah.
Really. You got a pretty good nicker there.
Yeah, that's been there for a while. Our mechanic keeps an eye on it. He says it's all right. So whatever.
He's signing the book.
He's signing the book. All right, let me try this again.
All right, I'll pull your.
Oh yeah. Thanks.
There you go. We'll see you now.
Thanks. Have a good day.
Washington County traffic, Diamond Twin Star 458 Tango Sierra, taxiing runway 27 for IFR departure south, Washington. And clearance delivery, November 458 Tango Sierra is back at runway 27 in Washington, ready to go. Is my transponder code still going to remain the same?
I'm in 8 Tango Sierra, transponder code same 6010, and you said you're ready to go now?
I am ready to go, 8 Tango Sierra.
I'm ready, Tango Sierra, you are released, report airborne, Pittsburgh altimeter 2981.
2981, and it is 119.35 on the frequency, correct?
Affirmative. November 5 Alpha Kilo, contact Cleveland 120.6. Friendly 750, correction, friendly 356, turn rating 090.
In Washington traffic, Diamond Twin Star 458 Tango Sierra entering runway 27, IFR departure to the south, Washington.
Turn left, direct Johnstown.
Direct Johnstown, American 788.
Departure, hello, Spirit 529, 3000, climb 5000, left turn heading a 190.
Spirit 529, Pittsburgh departure, radar contact, proceed direct Clarksburg, climb maintain 14,000.
14,000, direct to Clarksburg.
Altitude.
Spirit 529.
American 788, direct Johnstown, maintain flight level 210, contact Cleveland 124.4.
Alright, flight level 210, direct Johnstown, 24-4, American 78.
Friendly 856 traffic, 10 o'clock, 7 miles southbound, going to low at 8,000 E190.
Friendly 866, copy.
Pat 370, contact Cleveland Center 126.905.
12695, Pat 360.
Friendly 356, proceed direct Revlog.
Direct Revlog, friendly 356.
Friendly 856, proceed direct Homie.
Direct Homie, friendly 866.
K40 request.
K40, Pitt.
Yeah, we like to climb the 17,000 present orbit.
K40, roger. Climb, maintain 14,000, working on higher.
Okay, we're climbing to 14,000, K40.
Pittsburgh approach, November 458 Tango Sierra, level 3000, runway heading off of Washington.
November 458 Tango Sierra, Pittsburgh departure ident. Your radar candidate 4 miles west, Washington County. Turn left on course, climb and maintain 10,000.
Left on course, climb main 10,000 for 8 Tango Sierra.
Angel Flight 1249, descend to maintain 3,000.
Leaving 4 for 3,000, Angel Flight 1249.
Approach Pat, 45 is finished with the hold and ready to pick up our clearance back to Clarksburg.
Pat 45, roger, stand by. November 8 Tango Sierra, verify your left turn on course.
Turning now, 8 Tango Sierra.
Pat 485, maintain 3,000 for now, flighting 090.
Okay, 3,000 for now, heading 090 and exiting the hold at this time, Pat 090, or Pat 45.
Spare wings 529, County Cleveland 126.905.
2695, 529.
Friendly 856, contact Johnstown 121.2.
1212, friendly 866.
K40, contact Cleveland Center 126.72, let them know your intention.
2672, K40, nice job, we'll see you.
See y'all. Plus 799 Golf X-ray Pit, what approach would you like at Wheeling? Do you have the weather? What approach would you like? Over 9 Golf X-ray, roger. Angel Flight 1249, turn left heading 180.
Heading 180, Angel Flight 1249.
Pat 485, you're cleared, present position, direct Clarksburg, climb and maintain 5,000, reset transponder, squawk 5114.
Okay, cleared present position, direct Clarksburg up to 5,000, 5114 on the squawk.
Plus 9 Golf X-ray, flighting 090, descend, maintain 3,000. Friendly 356, contact Johnstown 121.2.
121.2, see ya.
And Pat 485, you can proceed direct fonts if I didn't already give that to you.
Okay, direct fonts. All right, that works for us, Pat 45.
Pittsburgh Sirius 278 Whiskey Delta level 6,000.
Sirius 278 Whiskey Delta Pit, pit out the wind 2981.
81, A Whiskey Delta.
November 8 Tango Sierra, contact Cleveland Center 126.905.
Over to Cleveland 12695 for 8 Tango Sierra, so long. Cleveland Center, November 458 Tango Sierra 5,800, climbing 10,000.
458 Tango Sierra, Cleveland Center, hello. Altimeter 2983.
2983 for 8 Tango Sierra.
Spirit 529, climb maintain, flight level 320.
Level 320, Spirit 529.
All right, well, good afternoon. As you can hear, this is a busy IFR flight departing the Pittsburgh area, headed back to Charlotte, North Carolina. Flew up here 2 days ago for a family issue, had a funeral to attend. That was pretty much a hard IFR flight the whole way. Unfortunately,
529, to major altitude, maintain level 31031. Next fixture's request.
Unfortunately, I
climb 310.
did not get it recorded as I had intended to. As you can see, we're pretty much hard IFR right now, kind of in and out of clouds, but at this point there's no ground contact below me. But we should get out of this the further south we go as we get towards Virginia, North Carolina. This weather is supposed to stay up here to the north. Probably have pretty much VFR conditions once we get down there further. Get it up here the other day and right about exactly 2 hours. My flight time today is looking like 2 hours and 35 minutes. Currently flying into a 29, 30 knot headwind.
Spirit 529, contact Washington 133.27.
It is likely to continue and possibly even get worse. We're at 8,100 now, climbing to 10,000.
13327.
3327, good day, Spirit 527.
We'll see what happens when we get leveled off up there.
2395, break 2458.
As I said, we're looking about 2 hours and 35 minutes flight time. Obviously, I won't record that whole thing, but get what I can. Leave the camera on now as continue the climb, 8,500 for 10 now. As I was pre-flighting today, I neglected to lock my auxiliary fuel tank caps. I don't normally fly with auxiliary fuel, but today being hard IFR, I decided to go ahead and fill them, and they actually filled them for me over the past few days and didn't have a key to lock them. I was taxiing to the runway and I happened to look out and see one of the doors was open, so to go back and do that. All right, 1,000 to go for 9,000 for 10. We'll be looking out the windows here. Wow, we're right on top. There we go. I was about to say the temperature's 3 degrees Celsius out there. I'll have to look out for ice, but at this point, that just became a non-issue. Which is a good thing. I did have them fill up the TCAS de-icing fluid that this plane has this morning. So if I did need it, I have plenty to get me in and out of any situations that I might encounter, but looking out in the distance at this point, we're in good shape. We got 200 feet to go. climbing 700, 800 minute. Been at this altitude with the turbocharged engines, we're 100 knots.
At 370, contact the Indy Center 124.45. You have a great day.
Indy Center 12445, Pat 370, good day.
And leveling off at 10,000. Build a little airspeed and
I'm an 8 Tango Sierra. Are you able 1-2000?
yeah, I should be able to get the 1-2000, no problem.
458 Tango Sierra, Roger. I may have that for you here in a few minutes.
All right, I'll keep an ear out for you. 8 Tango's here. I thought earlier about going to 10,000, but I decided not to. But they may ask me to do that, so. Anyway, here we are, out on top, 10,000, heading southbound, on course heading 201 degrees, and I'll probably go ahead and turn the camera off here and pick it back up later if anything happens. Actually, I'm going to turn the camera back on for just 1 second. I mentioned the headwinds earlier. I am now in a 40-knot headwind.
45 Tango Sierra, climb, maintain 1-2000. If you don't like it up there, I can have lower for you again in about 8 minutes.
All right, we'll try 1-2000. Beginning to climb now. 8 Tango's here. All right, that's probably going to make my headwind situation even worse, but I was just about to say we're only 123 knots over the ground, indicating we were at 138 indicated, true airspeed was a little over 160, we're slowing down now because of the climb. 42 knots now, headwind.
Cleveland Center, Sheriff 165, the Romeo is 4,800 going to 8,000.
Sure, 165 Lima Romeo, Cleveland Center, climb, maintain 9,000. Let's go with the Morgantown number is 29087.
Up to 9,000, 29087. Finally, Romeo, thank you.
Anyway, ATC, they wouldn't have asked me for 12,000 if they didn't have a pretty good reason for wanting it. So, you know, they're here to help us. They're here to help us.
Water 24359 is level 210.
Our job to help them a little bit.
24359 Cleveland Center, light shop in the descent today.
4359, thanks.
If I can accommodate their request safely, I'll be glad to do it. I was kind of happy down there at 10,000, but doesn't change my headwind component too terribly much. I'll just go with it. I actually have never flown this plane above 11,000 before, so the guy that owns it with me flies at 12,000 all the time. Plane will actually go to 18.
Romeo, climb, maintain 10,000.
It'll go to 18,000, but
altitude.
We're not in a pressurized airplane here, so 12.5 is my limit without oxygen as a pilot. And I don't carry oxygen. I don't particularly feel the need to go that high. I will say the air is a little bit smoother up here. I only had very light, minimal pop down at 10,000.
4359, cross Nesto 10,000, pedal toner 29083.
This is,
Alright, 2983, Nesto 10,000, water C4359.
This is totally smooth up here, so in terms of that, I'm good with it. I'm coming up on 11,500. So we'll have 500 to go. Outside air temperature is 2 degrees Celsius now. So we're in clear air. I'm not concerned about that at all. 300 feet to go. Engine gauges all look good. We have a little bit of a variation in the power output. We were talking about that a day or two ago. I think take it to our mechanic and have him make a slight adjustment on the turbocharger on the right engine. We've had that situation before. All right, here we are capturing 12,000. Oil temperatures are good, pressures are all good. Coolant temperature's good, fuel temperature's good. Lots of fuel, way more fuel than I need for this flight. I actually have probably 6 hours of fuel, or had 6 hours of fuel on board at takeoff. And I don't normally travel with that much, but just out of safety with this much actual IMC weather. If I had to divert, I don't want to even have to be thinking about my fuel. The engine's trimmed out here. All right, camera going back off.
Clarksburg departure radar, contact Clarksburg, altimeter 2982, and just verify you want vectors ILS 21 Clarksburg.
Yes, sir, for Mystic 61.
Okay, so they asked me if I wanted to go back to 10,000. I was enjoying the ride up there at 12,000. The headwind was 58 knots, so when they offered me to come back down to 10,000, I took it.
Mystic 61, 15 miles from Fonts, maintain present heading, join the localizer, advise established.
Okay, present heading for Fonts for Mystic 61, we'll advise when established.
I still have a 42 knot headwind, but that's better than 58. And it does look like we're going to do a little cloud surfing down here. I might leave the camera run for a minute just to pick some of that up. Being a fairly recent IFR pilot, I still enjoy this quite a bit. Very rare that you fly on top of the clouds when you're flying VFR all the time. These days I pretty much go IFR everywhere, even if the weather's good, just to be current with the system. And if my destination airport isn't too busy, I usually ask them to do a full approach just for practice. If they're busy and they want me to do a visual to export, and I certainly will do that, help them out. Looks like we're going to get some visual contact with the ground up here in just a moment or two. This system should be breaking up and we should get into more clear weather as we go. If it gets really clear and once we get over the highest...
Mystic 61, will this be a full stop?
Hey, sir, I think there might have been confusion on my part. I apologize. I was looking for the ILS 18 back into Morgantown with the published mist in Clarksburg. Mystic 6-1, with no apologies, do you want to do the right turn for the ILS? Yes, sir. Right turn for John B, preferably.
Anyway.
Mystic 6-1, turn right direct John B, maintain 3,500. Okay, right turn direct John B, 3,500.
Once we get over the highest part of the terrain here.
Mystic 6-1, it's no problem. And just to verify, do you want vector
I'll probably go ahead,
or do you want to do full procedure at John B?
Ask them to get down to 8,000 feet.
Mystic 6-1, turn right heading 010 vectors for the ILS 18 Morgantown. Okay, 010 vectors ILS Morgantown, Mystic 6-1.
Anyway, once we get down out of the mountains, I'll be going over the highest part of the terrain on this trip, probably for about the next maybe 45 minutes or even an hour until we get across. But
and departure, good afternoon, Jet Card 125 off Clarksburg.
I want as much altitude as I can get over the mountains.
Jet Car 125 Clarksburg, departure radar contact.
Especially when there's
2982, turn
less than ideal
course, maintain 8,000.
VFR weather below.
Left on course 8,000, Jet Card 125.
Anyway, camera going back off, nothing really happening.
32.85, 8 Delta November.
Number 633 Alpha Bravo, descend and maintain flight level 200.
200, number 633 Alpha Bravo.
All right, checking back in. Pretty much right over the middle of the mountains of West Virginia. All right, I started recording a minute ago and the battery died in my camera. I did put in a second battery. At any rate, still over the central portion of the mountains in West Virginia. Probably getting close to Virginia border now. 145 indicated, 172 true air. So despite a 54 knot headwind, ground speed's 123 knots right now. That's reasonable. It's not great to be making that 127 or 174 rather that I'm doing true air if I didn't have this headwind. It would cut a significant chunk of time off of this flight. Showing 1 hour and 6 minutes en route time. Does include the full procedure.
Number 704 Lima uniform to Sirius.
As I said earlier, so we'll probably be a little less than that.
Looking for the traffic.
Unless we get vectored close to Charlotte for
4785, contact Potomac approach 132.85.
for any particular reason.
132.85,
but sun's coming out, actually.
5780 Sierra Papa, previous call traffic 2 o'clock.
Even though it's only 5 degrees Celsius outside, got the sun coming in the canopy here, it's pretty warm, so I've actually got the air vents opening. Trying to
3918, contact Washington.
To stay cool.
33.55.
And I'm still on with Washington Center, and they sound busy this afternoon. I'll be looking for a handoff from them pretty soon to next frequency. But just thought I would go ahead and check in for a minute. It does look like we're going to come through a little bit of another broken layer up here, actually. As near as I can tell, it's right at this altitude. So
who had the traffic in sight?
704 Lima uniform.
We may.
704 Lima uniform, roger. Thank you. Contact Roanoke approach.
Through a few clouds.
6.9 704 Lima uniform.
Or we may just skim right over them.
Number 5780 Sierra Papa, VFR traffic has you in sight. Contact Roanoke approach 126.9.
126.9, all right, got up at the end. 578 Papa, thank you.
633 Alpha Bravo, contact Potomac approach 132.85.
132.85. Turn the camera off for a minute. When we get closer there, I'll probably turn it back on. Alright, I just got switched over to Atlanta Center.
Number 2 Bravo Golf, contact Indy Center 126.57.
Unusual request. They asked me to change my transponder code. I've only ever had that happen one time before during a flight. But anyway, there's one more peak just out here. What's ahead? Still some broken clouds in and around the area. Pretty much VFR conditions. My headwind has been all the way up to over 60 knots. Right now, my ground speed is only 100 101 knots, which is terrible. So my estimated time en route's now back up to an hour and 13 minutes. It had been all the way down to like an hour and just over an hour a few minutes ago, but I got into this.
Good afternoon there, Shuttle 6151, level 2.
Blistering headwind and
Shuttle 6151, Atlanta Center, Squawk 1754.
making travel time significantly worse, but anyway, I'm going to turn the camera off at this point, probably.
Squawk 1754, Shuttle 6151.
Turn it back on as I get closer. Save the battery for the approach and landing, so checking back in a while.
Imagine 418, change to my south frequency 125.15.
125.15.
Alright, checking back on.
Imagine 418, it's 125.15, 2515.
A little sooner than I intended to. I got an amendment to my routing. I'm on with Atlanta.
14, Roger, Tri-City altimeter 2984.
Atlanta Center now. And they gave me an additional waypoint. I had been filed and cleared direct to a destination. It had me insert another waypoint, which is no big deal, but kind of odd because it really didn't change my course at all. It looked like I was going to fly right over that waypoint anyway. I guess they just want to make sure I'm lined up at that location for approaches that'll be going on in and out of Charlotte when I get there. Anyway.
Atlanta Center, Gamma Jet 22, level 240.
Gamma Jet 22, Atlanta Center, Roger.
Still flying into a 58 knot headwind. My ground speed's still only 108 knots. Pretty terrible. Indicated airspeed is 165. We're showing 41 minutes en route at this point, and also back over clouds again here, so wasn't expecting that. I thought it was pretty much going to clear up. I don't have satellite on this. I have NextRad, which would show me any.
28 contact Indy Center 126.57.
2657.
It would show me any, precipitation or convective activity, any of that kind of stuff. But more clouds here still than I thought. Still over the mountains. Probably another 25 miles. And we'll start getting over the Piedmont area, the Carolinas. If these winds don't change, I'll probably ask them if go ahead and have lower and see if that helps out any. But at 40 minutes, that still pretty much has us getting there at about 4 o'clock, which was my arrival time anyway. So anyway, probably turn the camera back off again and catch up closer to the approach. All right, I'm still on with Atlanta Center. I just requested lower. I wanted to go down to 8,000. They told me my discretion all the way to
1972 X-ray. Did you check on?
5,000 if I like.
1972 X-ray, Roger. Card 804, contact Asheville approach 124.35.
Let's go on ahead down to 8,000 first. We'll see what's up.
Jet card 804.
And
jet card 804, contact Asheville approach 124.65.
And if need be, we'll go on ahead down to 5,000.
.com 4087, pilot's discretion, the center maintains 7,000. The Tri-City altimeter 2984.
I had a pretty smooth flight so far today. My guess is that's going to change. We get down, certainly if we get down through these clouds, we'll bump a little bit, but below, in and out of the clouds with the sun hitting the ground in the late part of the day like this, it'll, or probably be a little bit more turbulent down there. If I could get out of this 60 knot headwind, it would be really great. Outside air temperature here, we're down out of the mountains, are now behind us in West Virginia. We are probably in North Carolina now.
Altitude.
Okay, that's 9 for 8. And I'm thinking 8's probably going to put us right in that cloud layer, so go on ahead and turn it down to 7. What that does for us. Wind's down from 60 to 49 now, so that's good. I also have a lot of speed building up because of the descent. I didn't pull my power.
Booster 5473 Atlanta Center, roger.
I could pull power and maintain speed, but why not use it? Help me make up a little bit of this terrible travel time that I've made so far today. $8,000 would have definitely put us in that. We're at 8,400.
.com 4087, advise on how the weather at Tazewell and type approach requesting. .com 4087, roger. Come up 4915, contact Indianapolis Center 126.57.
8,200.
Good day.
And this is what the IFR rating's all about.
Altitude.
That's 8,000. One down to 7. May need to actually go down below 7. Bust around a little bit there. Nothing major. Really do get a sense of how fast you're going when you're ducking in and out of clouds like that.
316 Tango Alpha, Atlanta Center, roger.
Loping along up in clear skies and you think that you're not moving very fast, but when you go by a cloud that's relatively stationary, you find out. Right now I'm indicating 153, 174 true airspeed. Probably could slow down a little bit, but we'll be out of these clouds in just a minute. I'm going to go ahead and I'll go ahead and take the 5,000 she gave me. Wind's down to 33 knot headwind now. Getting better. $175, now making 140 over the ground, much better.
Over 699 Papa Golf, Atlanta Center, roger. November 6 Tango Alpha, contact Atlanta Center 132.907. District 5473, contact Atlanta Center 120.72. .com 4087, descend and maintain 6.
All right, about to be 6,000 for 5.
Altitude.
So they gave us direct to Pegty. That's 26.5 nautical miles from where we are right now. $5,400.
Atlanta, good afternoon. King Air 8116 November, arrived at 8,500 for 10,000 direct Barrett's Mountain.
King Air 8116 November, Atlanta Center. Greensboro altimeter is 29905. Got a quick switch for you. Contact center 134.55. They'll have higher.
134.55, 16 November.
All right, should capture 5,000 now. And we did. All right, I'm going to stop recording now. I'll turn it back on as we get into the approach. All right, so we'll see. What we do on this approach. I requested the ILS for 20 in Concord. Giving me vectors now for why is this autopilot not descending? There we go. We're direct to the initial approach fix.
Concord information, Lima's current ILS runway 20 approach in use, and the altimeter, Charlotte altimeter 29906.
Was that for 458 Tango Sierra?
Tango Sierra is taken.
Was that cleared for the approach for 8 Tango Sierra?
8 Tango Sierra, you're 5 miles from Lima, maintain 3,000 till established and localized, cleared ILS runway 20 approach, Concord Airport.
Roger, maintain 3,000 till established, cleared ILS 20 Concord, 8 Tango Sierra.
Number 7 Romeo Tango, traffic 1 o'clock, 3 miles southbound, Cherokee, about 2,800.
Looking for that traffic, 87 Romeo Tango.
Altitude.
Got a few curveballs thrown at me there, plus we're getting tossed around. He asked me to maintain best speed. So I could slow up a little bit here now just because I'm in a descent. approaches arm or procedures activated. Direct to an initial approach fix. Hold me at or above 3,000 feet. I'm at 3,000.
Tango turn right heading 020.
Right turn heading 020, 87 Romeo Tango.
We're just under 3 miles from our initial fix. I think I have the field in sight. It's kind of hazy, but I'm not sure enough to call it yet.
Cherokee 07 Papa, there's a antenna just heading to your right. It's coming up to about 2,500. Do you see that antenna?
I have visual on the tower, thank you.
All right, 1 mile to Limo, initial fix.
2507 Papa, I'd like to climb back up to 3,000 feet, 07 Papa.
07 Papa, unable at this time due to departure traffic off of Concord. He's going to be climbing up to 3,000. Maintaining VFR at 2,500 or below.
2,500 below, you got it, 07 Papa.
Thank you. 07 Papa, I'll fire for you in about 5 miles or so.
All right, we're inbound to Gliss. This is where the autopilot always...
Here, maintain present speed or greater to Gliss, and you can contact the Concord Tower now, 134.65. Your radar service start terminated. Retain your presence squawk.
All right, we'll keep the speed up, and we'll call Tower 8 Tango Sierra Salome.
Thank you. Charlie said 9,500 now. 72 Charlie, roger, you're outside the shot class Bravo airspace, maintain VFR 9,500.
Concord Tower, November 458 Tango Sierra inbound on the ILS, best speed to Gliss.
And 9 Charlie Alpha, wind 21016, gust 20. You can lift and depart either southbound on Alpha, and then on course back across the runway.
Okay, we'll southbound on Alpha, make a left turn quick. 9 Charlie Alpha.
Concord Tower, Archer 695 Alpha.
And 458 Tango Sierra, Concord, runway 20, clear to land, wind 22016, gust 20.
All right, clear to land 20 on the ILS, 458 Tango Sierra, thank you.
And Archer checking in, inbound, go ahead.
695 Alpha, 10 miles to the northeast, inbound with Kilo.
Arch 659, or 659 Alpha, look for traffic at 230 and 2.5 miles southbound on the localizer 3000 to Diamond Star.
Looking for that traffic, 695 Alpha.
Really happy about this, keep the speed up. Lights on, gear down, 3 green, fuel's good. Approach flaps and approach power is set. I totally don't have the runway at this point. This is definitely an instrument approach. Sure, I'll have it before minimums, but it's haze. I think I might have some of the buildings next to the runway in sight here. We're on localizer, on glide slope.
Leaving
Lights.
altitude.
Your approach flaps, approach power set, cleared to land. A little more power than I usually do, but...
Concord Tower, Archer 695 Alpha, we have that damage on site.
695 Alpha, number 2 behind them, following to the runway, clear to land 20122018.
Clear to land number 2 on the Diamond Star, 695 Alpha.
I finally have the runway out there. Missed, it's a climb to 1200.
9 Charlie Alpha, clear the Delta.
9 Charlie Alpha, thank you.
I don't know if you can see it, but we've got a heck of a crosswind. The runway is out there. There we go. On glide slope, on localizer. One more check, lights on, gear down 3 flaps, fuel, plenty of fuel. And we do have clearance to land. Probably take this autopilot off, the darn thing's overcompensating to keep this. Oh, there we go. Just to come out of a little wind shear zone there. Back into another one. Let the autopilot do its thing here. The air is today. We go over this gravel pit here. We're probably going to get a good bump. $910 is our minimum.
Tower, Falcon 87 Romeo Tango is in with you for runway 20.
We're still over 1200.
Not available.
87 RT, continue inbound, and last aircraft picked it up just inside 4 miles.
Okay, 87 Romeo Tango, thanks.
I got 2 ahead of you.
Autopilot.
One of them's about 4 miles from runway, still doing about half your speed.
All right, we'll slow it down, 87 Romeo Tango.
The autopilot off and
Leaving altitude.
Tower 695 Alpha has got runway inside.
You're down.
Minimum. Minimum.
695 Alpha, roger. You are cleared to land 20.
Clear to land 20, 695 Alpha.
Time gust right there. Wow.
That's runway 20. Eyes on initial contact. You have Lima.
I'm not going to make it. Save the brakes.
Twin Star 8 Tango Sierra. Turn right at Delta. Taxi Delta Alpha to the ramp.
Delta Alpha to the ramp. 8 Tango Sierra. Have a good afternoon.
Thank you. You too.
All right, so as windy as it is, I went partial flaps on that. And I'm glad that I did, because that gust ballooned me significantly just before touchdown. Warm down here. comes that Cessna in that was following me. He's wagging around in the wind really well.
A7 Romeo Tango, clear to land, runway 20. The winds are 22012, gust 20.
Clear to land, 87 Romeo Tango.
Heart 695 Alpha, turn right at Echo, taxi to the ramp.
Right on Echo to the ramp, thanks for your help, 695 Alpha.
Time to shut her down.
A7 Romeo Tango, turn right at Delta, taxi straight into the ramp.
Right turn on Delta, straight into the ramp, Tango.